Hey guys, so welcome to this edition of the podcast here, Tracking Storms with me. So I've got one of the tornado safety tips up here on the screen first. We're gonna do we're gonna play back some video as well as photos here for you. We'll also talk some analysis as well. I'm Derek Dunn, glad to be here with you, and obviously I forgot to kind of create like a radar map, but we're going to go ahead and I want to show you guys. This was the storm, and I want to thank Wayne Hart for sending me this, but this is the line that produced the EF1 tornado that was confirmed by the National Weather Service this afternoon. Live chat is open, by the way. Give me a quick moment here to do something here. Okay, just bear with me here as I do this. For some reason, it just basically just would not let me do this. Okay, so I know it's a little later than what I thought because I was going to get on here by about maybe 8 o'clock, but then I was doing some editing and I was like, okay, this is going to be a little bit longer than I thought. So, but anyway, I hope you guys like the intro. I'm going to have to edit the intro as well here. So we got a few people on here at the moment, but again, I'm Derek Dunn. Glad to be here with you guys, and hope you guys are having a wonderful night on this Saturday. I know it's kind of late here, so I did share the link on my Facebook page. So, like I said, I have the radar up. I want to thank again Wayne Hart for providing me this. Wayne Hart is the chief meteorologist of WEHT, WTVW. I should have put the text there for Wayne in the screenshot there, but he actually sent me the screenshot of the line of storms that impacted southeastern Illinois back on Thursday, March 14th. National Weather Service in Paducah, they sent out a survey team and found there was a tornado in Jefferson County and a tornado over in Wayne County. So let's go ahead here. And by the way, guys, since we're here early with this live stream, let me go ahead and go back to this. I want to go ahead and say that the number of subscribers, it has... it's actually gone up now. Got about 33 subscribers here on my channel. We greatly appreciate it. And want to go ahead and give a shout out to a few people who have subscribed to the podcast. We got Robert's Adventures, Krista Lee, Rob Edwards, Honda Parts, Nita Tips, Stacy Morse. So if I missed your name, that you subscribed, I apologize, but that's what I see so far on my end. Also, both live streams from Thursday night have garnered over 100 views, both of them. Now, if you recall, there was the one that was, I think, over 2 hours of length, and I had to take shelter because of the storms. But then, I hopped back on here and tried to wrap it up. So, but both live streams had over 100 views, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, you may have saw a Patreon link in the intro. Again, the intro is going to be edited a little bit. I made a grammatical error on it. But it's also in the description. I'm in the process of making improvements to my recording studio at home. Money raised go towards that. I've been pushing back on stuff to buy because you may hear it in the background. I bought like a new furnace. My old one was about to basically just, do away with it. So if you want to support me on Patreon, you don't have to, but you're more than welcome to. So again, the reason why, if you just hopped on here, the reason why I'm live streaming, it's not because there's severe weather in the area, but I want to go over and talk about what happened on Thursday, March 14th, here in Wayne County. We'll talk about what the National Weather Service released. We'll take a look at some footage because the footage that was captured of the storm, I'm going to use as like an educational tool. And also, we'll talk about what we learned from Thursday night. So if I hear you snoozing on here during the middle of this live stream, I will hear it. So there you go. Live chat is open, by the way. You want to say hi? I know the live chat was hopping Thursday night. So, but if you want to chime in on the conversation, maybe if you want to talk about your experience, maybe you were impacted by the storm in any way, let me know in the live chat if you want to talk about it. But again, real quick, a disclaimer: I am not a licensed meteorologist. A certified NOAA a storm spotter, former radio broadcaster. I have years of live severe weather coverage experience. I prefer covering severe storms like wind, hail, and tornadoes. So to find and receive up-to-date severe weather conditions in your location, go to noaa.gov, along with local media and local emergency management agency for weather updates and information. So let's talk about Thursday night here, folks. So as you can see, I still have it up here on the main window here. This is a screenshot sent over again by Wayne Hart. He is the chief meteorologist of WEHT WTVW. And this goes to show you what the line of storms looked like when it was passing through Wayne County, especially the tornadic storm, the tornado that it caused. So let's go ahead and pull up here the prelim reports. And we'll start off with Wayne County first. So this was located 4.7 miles northeast of Fairfield, 4.3 miles northwest of Golden Gate. This is, again, a preliminary damage survey result. It was released on Saturday afternoon, March 16th, 2024. And the time of this was 8:11 to 8:15. It was a EF rating of EF1. Estimated peak winds of 90 miles per hour. The path length, only 2.8 miles. The max width is 75 yards. There was no injuries, no deaths. I want to go ahead and read the summary here. I know the summary can be kind of hard to read at times. By the way, live stream is up and going here. And so let's go ahead and take a look here at the summary. And again, it's hard to read because it's small print. So here is what it says for the summary. And let me go ahead here and move this out of the way. Numerous pine trees snapped near base along track. One home near the beginning of the track had some roof damage. Half of the roof was tarped. Nearby tree had many large branches broken. A little further east, an anchored mobile home was lifted up and leaned over but not completely overturned. However, the mobile home sustained major damage and is uninhabitable. Another home east-northeast of the mobile home had substantial soffit and porch damage. An old TV tower was toppled there, as well as many snapped pine trees on the property. So that is the summary. Again, this is of the Wayne County tornado. EF1, peak winds 90 miles per hour. The path length is 2.8 miles, maximum width 75 yards. In case you're wondering about the EF scale, about the EF ratings, and forgive me because I do not have an image of that, but I'll try to find one here. And Google is not letting me for some reason. I don't know why that is. Probably because I have my my thing up here, my little YouTube checker here. But so anyway, so EF0 is winds of 65 to 85 miles per hour. EF1, again, this is the wind speed of it. EF1 rating is 86 to 110 miles per hour. So what was it again? We had, 90 mile per hour. So that's just barely above that EF1 threshold. EF2 is 111 to 135 miles per hour. EF3, 136 to 165 miles per hour. EF4, 166 to 200 miles per hour, and anything greater than 200 miles per hour is EF5. So that is the EF rating of the wind speeds. Now for EF1, moderate damage, more significant roof damage, windows broken, exterior doors damaged or lost, mobile homes overturned or badly damaged. I will tell you that this afternoon I was. So that is the EF. My apologies for the feedback there, but this afternoon I happened to drive by where the home, the uninhabitable home, there was several cars there. One of the things about tornado damage is when you look at the debris, you see how it is like there's a line. It's a solid line of debris. And this debris was kind of going northeast in a line. So when I saw that as I was driving by, I was thinking, this is definitely like tornado-esque. This is definitely something that I could see a tornado doing. Like, this is something that signifies that a tornado moved through. Now, another thing not to confuse tornadoes with, and I'll explain this later on, but it would be a microburst. And so that's another thing, but just given what it looked like, you could definitely tell it was. There was some trees blown down I saw west of the track. And, for some people in that area, you could definitely see how some of the trees missed their home. Some of it was just kind of like at the entrance of the driveway. So, again, just some tree damage still in that area when I was passing through. Live chat's open, by the way. If you want to comment on the live chat, would love to hear from you on this Saturday night. I know it's kind of late, about almost 9:30, but again, this podcast not going to be real long at all. Another prelim report that was released. This is over Jefferson County. They had some damage over there, and let me see if I can pull that up. And thought I had it. Okay. Apparently, for some reason, I missed it. I thought I had it up here, but I guess not. Okay. Let me do something real quick. But, and it's weird because I actually had it up here. Okay, there it is. And so let me do something real quick here, folks. Apologize for that. And Jefferson County. This is over in the northern part of Mount Vernon. 2 miles north of Mount Vernon, actually. This one was at 732, 733. This one was an EF1 as well. 90 mile per hour estimated peak winds. Path length was only, half a mile, so not nearly as long of a path as the one over Wayne County. But also note the max width was 150 yards. So if we look back at this, so let me pull this up here. If we look back on that for a moment, so as I see here, max width 150 yards for the Jefferson County storm, the Mount Vernon storm, 75 for Wayne County. So obviously the Jefferson County in terms of max width was bigger. However, though, in terms of path length difference, but still both EF1s, 90 mile per hour estimated peak winds. Let's take a look at the summary of that. So as we look at the summary of the Jefferson County storm, and let me pull it up here. I thought I had it saved on my phone. It looks like I did not. But now that one was also, I believe, tornado warned as well. I knew there was some storms in that area. And let me go ahead here and I'll read this to you. The summary is small in print, as I mentioned. So here's what the Jefferson County storm says. A few large hardwood trees uprooted near the start of the track. 2 metal buildings had most of their roofs removed. all garage bay doors blown out and exterior walls partially removed. Several buses, this is the bus barn, is what it's referring to. Inside sustained significant damage from debris. Building material was pulverized and embedded in the ground, and adjacent walls downstream of the start of the damage, with other debris wrapped around nearby trees, fences, and power lines. A nearby metal building sustained roof damage. A microburst, this is interesting. Talking about microburst earlier. A microburst appears to have also occurred on the east side of the tornado track, which spread debris from the metal building system eastward as it snapped several trees and tree limbs high of the ground, well, maybe off the ground actually, and removed roofing material from a home on North Loop Lane. So this is where that bus barn was. I remember hearing about that the day after the storm. So, but anyway, that is from the Jefferson County storm. So again, 2 EF1 tornadoes here. In case you're wondering about the National Weather Service in Lincoln, we were tracking, if you recall, going back to Thursday night up there in Clay County. Let me go ahead here. I've not looked up Lincoln yet. And let me see if they released anything. Because I know they had some tornado warnings, and that would be the Central Illinois up there in Lincoln. Not seeing anything here. Now, going back to the other night, especially with the, this one was over in Neoga, funnel cloud reported up there. Other than that, that was the northern storm that they were tracking. But anyway, that is what that is. So, okay, so we looked at the prelim reports. Let's go ahead and take a look here at some footage. And this is a reel that I have actually edited and produced. I want to thank a couple of people here, Beth and Riley Titzer and Triple S Produce. I asked them if I could download and send off the photos and videos, the footage that they had of the storm, and they said that would be fine. And so I know Triple S Produce, this is how viral it went for them. So I don't know if you guys noticed it or not, but when I was looking it up, that video by Triple S Produce has over 2,900 views, 25 comments, 39 shares. So, that's definitely viral for sure. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the reel. And so, what this is first as the source, and we're going to use this as an educational tool, because I want to show you why I say tornadoes are hard and difficult to see at night. And we'll also go over some nighttime tips as well, following the reel. But we have Beth and Riley Titzer's footage. So first you're going to see a photo of, it looks like, when you look at this, it's like a stovepipe-like tornado. And then you see the lightning flashes. And then after that, you're going to see the Triple S Produce footage of that storm. So again, thanks for watching us here on YouTube, where we're podcasting here about the severe weather coverage. So let's go ahead. Again, this is a recap and analysis, but let's go ahead and play that reel. There's no audio with this, so in case you're wondering if there's any audio, there's not. But here is that reel. Again, that's the Triple S Produce Facebook page. Footage of what appears to be, again, like a wall cloud. I'm not sure if it was a tornado at that point, but you could definitely see what that looked like as it was coming through. And again, let me play that one more time because there's something else I want to mention about the Titzer footage. So let me go ahead and play that one more time here. So we see right there, I circled it right there for you, and it got like that stovepipe-like appearance, and you can see it. And I know it's brief. I know it's like 2 seconds of it, and Riley did a good job with the shot of that tornado. And also another thing too, I know it's nighttime, and I know that the sirens went off and the alert came in on your phone, and obviously you want to be taking shelter when there's a possibility of tornado coming in the middle of the night when it's very difficult and hard to see. But I think this footage, look at Triple S Produce, you look at the Titzer footage, that just goes to show you how important that footage is, and so how it could be such a helpful aid to the National Weather Service and meteorologists out there. So again, I want to thank Triple S Produce and Beth and Riley Titzer for allowing me to send this to meteorologists as well as the National Weather Service in Paducah. I've also sent it to the Storm Prediction Center as well. Let's go ahead and take a look here at some tornado safety tips. As we just kind of a reminder here about getting inside a sturdy structure, get underground, no basement, go to a small interior room on the lowest floor, such as a bathroom, closet, or hallway. Put as many walls as possible between you and the outside. In a mobile home, find nearby substantial shelter. We also want to take a look at here about tornado sheltering guidelines. So seek the best available refuge area immediately when a tornado warning is issued. Your chance of surviving a tornado is excellent if you follow these guidelines. So you have your worst and bad options. Worst options, mobile homes, vehicles underneath a highway overpass. Bad options, large open rooms like gymnasiums, manufactured housing. And your good and best options, your good options, interior room of a well-constructed home or building, a basement. Your best options, above or below ground tornado storm shelter, has to be NSSA ICC 500 compliant, specifically designed FEMA safe room. And for the worst and bad options, you have to find another option. And then for the good and best options, stay in place until all clear. And that's something too, in terms of waiting until the all clear has been given, because another thing about tornadoes is that the damage, there are people who have died. There have been fatalities due to damage, due to debris. It could be like a live power line. It could be, like maybe like an explosion all of a sudden. So it's just something to keep in mind about like a gas leak and resulting in an explosion. So that's also very important. Let's go to the next safety tip. Why are nighttime tornadoes so dangerous? And like what we saw in that reel, and again, for educational purposes, that explains it right there. Again, difficult or impossible to see coming at you. Many people are asleep at night, not paying attention to the weather. Now, fortunately for us, this actually hit after 8 o'clock here in Wayne County. But if you think about that, could you imagine if it was like overnight, like 1 or 2 a.m.? So people who only rely on sirens for alerts will not hear them since they are inside. And some people silence or turn off their cell phones at night, unable to receive alerts. So again, just be weather aware when there is the chance, the threat of nighttime tornadoes, severe weather that happens in the middle of the night. And then the last thing I'll share with you, this is the last nighttime severe weather safety tip. Check the latest weather updates before going to bed. Make a plan with those in your household about what to do in the event of overnight severe weather. Plug in and turn on your NOAA weather radio. Charge your cell phone and keep it on to receive alerts. Have a sturdy pair of shoes. clothes and jacket in your shelter area. I think that's very important. And again, we saw, um, and one thing I talked about talking to some people since the storm happened. There was people I talked to said they took shelter when they heard the tornado warning. So I thought that was a very encouraging, very positive sign right there, just by talking to people, and that's what you want to do. You know that if that's in your severe weather preparedness plan, that's what you do, is to take shelter when you hear. Those tornado sirens going off, and they were loud. And talking to someone, they thought, man, they were just louder than the actual test. So I thought that was an interesting comment there. Okay, so again, just a we go ahead and pull up that prelim report again for Wayne County. But for those of you who just happen to join here on the podcast on the live stream, we see right there again EF1 90 mile per hour peak winds, path length 2.8 miles, max width 75 yards, and the lesson we can learn from this is weak tornadoes, even those that are EF0, EF1, can still cause damage. And like driving by that mobile home that is now uninhabitable earlier, again, just when you see it, you're like, what in the world happened? And for those who may have stumbled upon it for the first time, like, whoa, that storm actually did that? Yeah, that tornado actually did that. So, but again, it's a reminder that severe weather can happen any time of year. Weak tornadoes, EF0s, EF1s, they can cause damage. And so, but again, thought it was interesting right there just to see the damage of an EF1. So I've seen in person, I'm going to go off of my own eyes. The highest I've seen is F3. Well, it was F3, now it's EF3. But anyway, you get my drift there. So, but that is actually the highest I've seen. And obviously I've seen EF4, EF5 on video all around the country, like Oklahoma, Mississippi, all those places down south. So that about does it here for this recap and analysis. Again, just be weather aware, be alert. And this is also, since we are in the middle of March, this is where we also have where severe weather starts to peak in April and May. So if you do not have your severe weather preparedness plan in place, I would highly recommend you do that. I would highly recommend coming up with a severe weather preparedness plan, whether you're at home, school, work, even driving down the road. Get in a ditch if you happen to be, driving down the road if you happen to see a tornado coming. So, but just things to keep in mind about as we right now in the middle of March and severe weather season. That's a sign it's here. So, but thanks very much for watching this. Again, I'm Derek Dunn. Thanks for listening here to the analysis and the recap of the events regarding March 14th, 2024, regarding the tornado, the EF1, again announced by Paducah, the National Weather Service over there, following their preliminary damage survey result. You can find more information at noaa.gov/PAH, which is Paducah. But again, when it comes to severe weather, up-to-date information, check out noaa.gov, also local emergency management agency, local media as well. Thanks for listening and watching this live stream here. Sorry the introduction was a little bit off, but again, making some tweaks over the course of time, but making some changes here when it comes to live streaming severe weather. I did have someone ask me earlier if this is what I'm going to be doing from now on. As long as I'm able to, and as long as my schedule allows, and as long as I'm home here, then I'll be able to live stream severe weather coverage. So, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, as be live streaming severe weather coverage on there like I did Thursday night. So, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and have a good